UNESCO and of UN in Ghana, I wish to welcome all of you to this training event, and especially to the teachers that are present here. The 50 teachers that have been selected that are present in Presencia here. This training forms part of UNESCO Korea Fund Trust ICT Transforming Education in Africa project. Well, to tell it, I would say with light words, it's a project which is sponsored by Korea. Korea is helping Ghana through UNESCO to contribute to the development, to the improvement of quality of education by harnessing the potential of ICT. And first objective is to contribute to achieving the goals and targets of the SDGs, and particularly SDGs number 4, which is related to the education. Among other things, the project is focusing on this project, which is sponsored by Korea, will also focus on the review of the ICT in education policy. The project will also facilitate the ICT essential skills for teachers. The project will also contribute to the development of open educational resources for learners and teachers. And lastly, the project will contribute to the development of ICT competency frameworks for teachers. I wish, before ending, really want to thank the Minister of Education for his leadership in ministry, his whole team, Ghana Education Service, the National Commission of UNESCO, represented here by the Secretary General, and all the national institutions that are in charge of that CENLOS. NAT is a national institution in charge that working with you, NTC, and all other national institutions that are mobilized really to contribute to this response. UNESCO, as other UN agencies, will join and help and contribute to this response to the country. So thank you very much, and wish you a very successful, fruitful training session. Thank you. Merci.
So some of you, I called your headmasters. Headmaster, give me your best music teacher. And they will mention, don't tell the person, but give me the person's name and the number. So whatever you are doing in your various schools and in your various offices, eyes are watching you. And good work pays. Sometimes you think you can bribe your way through, and that is not the truth. People will bear good testimony about you. You are master trainers for Greater Accra. So I selected the representative for all the subject areas so that we can have master trainers for all the subject areas. It's not about only ICT. It's about lesson delivery and getting good outcome. And we are the first to have this training, Greater Accra. And so I should make sure that if you get it well, we all get it right. Okay? So please, and I was just observing one or two people, and I realized that you are serious. Some are using their phones, others are using their laptops. In most cases, when you invite people for training, they'll be complaining, you don't have laptop. Why didn't you provide us with laptop? You don't have. Look, as I sit here at my age, I'm ever ready to learn. Because life is a learning process. And that can improve your skills your lesson delivery, and everything, and you become a master of your own. I was just interacting with one of you, and I realized that it's not about only one subject here, but you can use the system to assess other subject areas, the topics, even though you may have no idea. But that will give you a fair idea of what you can do. For the BDT, it was asking about how to prepare what? Soup and cake, isn't it? So even if you are not an expert in that area, you can have information that will help you to prepare your lesson delivery. We are so grateful to UNESCO that is trying to do what? Transform Africa with the use of ICT. There has been a first phase and this is the second phase, and Ghana and Senegal are benefiting from it. So you have to make sure that every opportunity that comes our way, we'll grab it, improve upon it, sharpen our skills, because life is not as easy as you. Society is dynamic. It keeps on changing. Even those of us who are about to exit, we are taking the opportunities, because we don't know, after retirement, life must go on, isn't it? So wherever you find yourself, avail yourself for the opportunities that is put before you, and don't complain. I know we can't satisfy you, and even you cannot meet all your needs. That is why they say, the economists will say, human beings, your wants are what? Insatiable, because you can't satisfy. You get this today, another time you ask for another thing. So please bear with us, cooperate with us, and I know you are disciplined, because your heads and your directors, they have that trust, confidence in you, and you are men and women with high caliber of integrity, hardworking, and intelligent. So I know you grab it and deliver and scale it out to your colleagues out there. Thank you all for coming, and it's my wish that the good Lord will bless us all. Thank you.
What we want to do is that we want the institutional memory to still remain in Ghana. Most of these trainings, and I'm saying this with evidence, you will see technical experts coming from outside. I'm not saying it's not good, but we equally need people within our circles, so that if we have issues, they are always available either online or in person, that we can always, from the universities, from our institutions, that we can always rely on for us to have answers to some of these queries that we have. So, Doc and team, thank you for accepting to facilitate this session and also the other railings. So, I hand you over to Doc. Doc, my students, they are really good. They won't disappoint you. And I mean what? Never. Yes. So, have a great session, and then we'll be back to see the next test for tomorrow. Thank you.
Right. We are going to turn our attention to Moodle. So you all have notepads, and you've seen 9 dots on the screen. Can you all draw the 9 dots on your screen? And since you are all, a majority of you are UW alumni, I'm expecting you to get it all correct.
My expectation was that whenever I was coming here to learn, will equip me, not just for myself, but be able to gain that knowledge and then be able to apply it in a classroom situation. Not just to impart the knowledge to them, but also for them to use it to develop themselves in the classroom situation and then around their environment.
What have you picked from the training so far?
A lot. One funny thing that occurred to me on the first day was when we were creating the website. That process got me thinking, and then I remembered in the early parts of website creating for people where they used to bluff a lot with it and then want to take a lot of money. I just remembered that scene, and I said to myself whilst in the process that, is that all they've been doing all this while? And then they were making it look so strange. I was so pleased on the very first day, and then I realized that I wasn't going to regret being here. Thank you.
After the training, what's next?
Well, for this very section, I was hoping that we could spend, looking at all the things that this section entails, I was hoping that we could spend more time on this section, maybe a week or possibly more, 2 weeks a month. But then I think I've still acquired a lot. I only need to practice and then be familiar with the things I've been taught. But if the organizers could have refresher courses for us, I'm sure I'll be pleased, and that would be my expectation.
Students can go online and watch a video, and what you are expecting them to see, they won't see. I am quite sure that if we just play that video that you saw this morning to all of you, and we ask you privately what you saw, everybody's answer will be what? Different. So as an online facilitator, it is clear that you must tell them what to do, when they are supposed to do it, what the consequences are. Because think about it. If your students don't come to class and they can still get A, why would they come? Even me, I won't come. So all activities, for example, that I put online for my students carry some marks, small marks, 2 marks, 3 marks, 5 marks, okay? Or I'll say that if you participate in that, I'll give you attendance present. So there are certain consequences, and those things must be spelled out clearly to your students. Otherwise, they won't come. You might develop very nice courses and they won't come. So make sure it is there. And if there are any other consequences, make sure. For example, in a university, if you miss lectures 3 consecutive weeks, you are not allowed to write exams. So you have to make those things very clear. If you don't come online for 3 weeks, I would write to academic affairs that you have abandoned the course. Yeah, those kinds of things. Otherwise, you might have a nice course, all right, but they are not going to come to participate. Okay.
What are you taking home after the training?
Oh, as I'm going home, I'm going to practice more that I've learned here in order to impact it onto my students.
Any other recommendation? Any recommendation?
All I need is a laptop, which I can use for the practice. In fact, it's a very great program and I'm so pleased with it. But if I don't have the machine, I will soon forget all that I've learned. So my only prayer is the government and all benevolence should come and assist us to get machines to enable us achieve our dream.
Okay, so for teaching and learning, all what you need is a good phone. The laptop, we can skip laptop for now. The laptop will just give us real estate, that is good view. But for the principle that we're going to learn, you can use your phone and still follow. Now that we are connected, let's now log in into the portal. So you see the login button over there on the top right. Click on login. If you are using a mobile phone, who is using a mobile? So I can direct those who are using mobile. Okay. So if you are using a mobile phone, at the top right, you see a circle with a head and some circles on the top right.
I was fortunate to be selected among the 50 teachers to undergo the emergency training on technology integration in education. each district presented 2 teachers. I was nominated by the regional NAT chairman and the regional director of education with the aim that I will support the 2 nominees from each district when it comes to going back to train our teachers on the UNESCO program on technology integration. And being an ICT teacher, what I can say was so beneficial to me was the Numio online teaching platform. This is a program or a platform most of the universities are using for their distance learning program. And it is a platform that allows you to engage your students no matter the distance where they find themselves. So we were taking through this, how to use the Numio software or .com to give assessment. Students can access it, post it back on the platform. You go back and pick, you mark, and you give any feedback. It has all these features. So as a master trainer who has acquired these skills, and not only a master trainer for my district, but nominated to be a master trainer for the entire region, Greater Accra. In fact, I am well equipped now, and I'm ready to go out there to help other districts train their teachers on how they can use that software to integrate technology in teaching. Let's look at what happened last year, COVID. If we had not resorted to technology integration, the whole world academic or education would have come to a halt. So if they have realized the need of bringing technology into the classroom and have gotten the opportunity to take part, I may say I thank my regional NAT chairman, Mr. Lonely, and the regional education director, Madam Monica, for having that confidence in me and to select me to represent the region to undergo that training. And I promise them the skills I have gotten, I will help impart onto other teachers. And very soon we will all integrate technology into the classroom so that the traditional classroom where every day we go and we meet our students, we can add value to it and make it more better. And that will help us achieve successes and more laureates in the near future. For UNESCO, we say thank you for your good thoughts about teachers. You saw the need that very soon this traditional way of teaching will fade out. So you are helping us to be equipped with the skills that we can integrate technology into teaching. So we say thank you for all that you spent on us, having your time to train us, accommodating us for the 3 days, and even seeking to pay our TNT for the entire program. We thank you for that. And for NAT, which also collaborated with UNESCO to assist in the training. They gave their hostel, their hall, and they supported immensely towards the training, ensuring that teachers acquire the skills that will help us do the teaching and learning with more ease. So NAT too, we also say thank you. And to our various metro directors who had the trust in us and selected us to represent the district for the master training, we also say thank you.
Now, this workshop started with a launch from Mr. Abdul Rahmani of UNESCO. He encouraged us to adhere to the safety protocols, as well as ensuring that we take whatever discussion that we're going to go through seriously. And in actual fact, it has been very fruitful. We had Dr. Kweku Ephraim and his assistant, Mr.
Michael, who took us through. Sorry, you can correct me once again. Okay. Who took us through remote learning platform that we can use to help our students, even if we are not with them, and particularly Moodle platform. It has been very fruitful because most of us are not familiar with this platform, and we have learned a lot how to create courses online, how to ensure that we create a good assessment, how to link our lesson to videos, to websites. We learned all that, and I'm very sure that when we go back to our various schools, we are going to impart this knowledge on our students. We are going to create classroom for them, virtual classroom for them, which will help them to learn with their tablets, with their phones, even if they are at home. We also learned on Microsoft Office package, especially Word and PowerPoint, and how to use those softwares also to help improve our teaching. Basically, that is what we have learned so far, and I think it has been very fruitful. Most of us met our expectations. I think the only expectation that I heard one of our colleagues mention was what we'll be using to assess or implement those software skills that we have learned. That is the laptop, and we hope that in the next training or in the near future, that the laptops will also be made available to all of us to use. Thank you very much.
It wasn't just about participation. And as Michael and then Dr. indicated yesterday, we have our own way of assessing whatever you are doing. So as you navigate the learning management platform, we are able to see all the things that you are assessing. So I can say that yes, they've really learned a lot, and that was shown in even lesson demonstration and also the practice and all the activities that we gave them. Our host, are you ready for us? So we started with our colleagues from St. Louis, NATCOM, but our host has really been wonderful to us. Let's clap for him as he comes to take. I'll give it to Mr. Lolly to share some closing remark with us, and also at least for him, the first day he was here, so he can briefly share his experience, and then we can also take something from it. Mr. Lolly, thank you.
Thank you very much. To express our happiness about the fact that this program is happening in Ghana, and the first is taking place in a Greater Accra Region, and at no place but the Greater Accra Regional NAT Secretariat. We are privileged to have hosted the program. Like said earlier, 3 days was just too short for the program. We would have wished that you continue with us for the next 4 days to make it a week. But it is our hope, looking at the numbers that are participating, we want the best for our teachers. It is our hope that when you go around the country, you come and start again, so that additional colleagues of ours who have not had the benefit will also get the opportunity to be trained